Good evening and welcome to tonight's SBC News. The government is liberalizing public transportation, where the private sector, apart from SBTC, which at the moment has a monopoly on the service, will be able to participate in transporting passengers. The Minister for Transport, Anthony Derjak, said during a press conference this afternoon that an independent authority will be created to monitor, manage and enforce regulations that will be set up. The Cabinet of Ministers took this decision following points brought forward by the public where they expressed that they want more comfort and a service with more standards. Minister Derjak said that liberalization of public transportation will give the public more choices with affordable services and will also bring excellence in the service. The new policy is expected to be implemented by next year. A group of secondary students from schools in Seychelles are the first in Africa to launch a satellite into space. This is part of the Science, Technology, Engineering and Math program, STEM, which is being implemented in schools. The mission was a collaboration of the Division of Science, Technology and Innovation, Space Kids India and UNESCO.
It was around 7 o'clock in the morning that students of the Mission Payanquet were preparing the satellite along with the balloon that will take it up to space. The Vice President, Ahmed Afif, the Minister for Land Use, Biri Rangasamy, and the Ambassador of India for Seychelles, Dalbir Singh Suhag, was present at the launching ceremony. It was around 8:10, after getting approval from the Seychelles Civil Aviation Authority, that Vice President Afif, together with the students, launched the balloon into space. That is the first time for a group of students in Africa. Mission Payanquet regroups students from different schools on Mahé, and it is part of the STEM program which is being implemented in schools. It was facilitated by the Division of Science, Technology and Innovation in collaboration with Space Kids India, an organization in India which facilitates learning in science and technology, and it is funded by UNESCO. The students had 1 week training prior to launching.
You got to see everything today, how the balloon was filled, how the payload was fixed to it, how the parachute was put inside. So everything children have learned, and it's a surprise that in such a short time these kids have just picked up. We thought, we will just be teaching basics. But these children have really pushed us hard, and we've taught such interesting stuff that they have built everything. So that's very exciting, because if we have to do rocketry and if we have to do put satellite in the orbit, I think these children will definitely, take that first leap.
The satellite took around an hour to reach an altitude of about 70,000 feet before starting its descent back to Earth. It landed sometime around 10:20 in the morning, and the research team retrieved it at Pelombre this afternoon, where it had landed.
President Wavell Ramkalawan yesterday met Lida Hill at State House. Mrs. Hill is a founder of the Lida Hill Foundation and is also responsible for the Marine Spatial Plan and Initiative. She thanked the President for the work that has been done in protecting the ocean and islands. Mrs. Hill has invested a lot in what is called the Blue Bond, an initiative which started in 2014 with the purpose of protecting and conserving the ocean. It covers several kilometers of Seychelles waters as well as the 115 islands. Mrs. Hill has been in Seychelles for 10 days, where she has had the chance to visit some islands.
To thank the President for what he's doing, what Seychelles is doing to help the oceans and to help all the islands. It's just wonderful. It's so exciting to see that someone really doing things, and that Seychelles is making things happen to make the Seychelles back what it was before. Let's see, we went to 11 islands. The last week we've gone to 11 islands. And it's an example for the rest of the world too. I had invested in the money that helped create what is now the Blue Bonds. And that was an investment I made a number of years ago, and I wanted to see how it was going. And it's going great, because you all are doing wonderful things. the country is really using those funds wonderfully, and that's very exciting.
Close to 700 job opportunities were available for people looking for a job or wanting to change careers at the annual job fair at the ICCS today. When the fair ended at 3 this afternoon, 511 people, the majority young people, had visited the job stands in search of employment opportunities. Many of them registered with the 17 entities participating in the fair. The job fair had not taken place for 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, this year, the activity took place on a smaller scale as a precautionary measure following COVID-19. 1 year to the day after her death at the Club Med Hotel on Setan, the family and friends of Emmanuel Badibanga yesterday organized a solidarity march followed by a mass at Saint-Maxime in the south of France. Despite Thomas Desbaptistes' acquittal before the Supreme Court of Seychelles, those close to Emmanuel Badibanga say they still do not believe in her suicide and say they are doing everything to ensure that an investigation by the French authorities is relaunched. The Palais de Justice, magistrates and Anse Royale courts will be closed as of noon tomorrow ahead of the Labor Day holiday. The early closure also includes the cashier and apostille services. The judiciary says this is part of a series of ongoing team-building activities that it is holding for its staff, which began last week and will end tomorrow. The judiciary has explained in a press release that it has become its priority to strengthen cooperation between its various departments, heads of sections, to improve staff retention, the public service delivery and quality teamwork. The judiciary, courts and services will resume normal working hours on Tuesday after the public holiday. Those are our main stories so far this Thursday evening. Join us again at 8 for the news in Creole. Bye for now.